As you can see, it's kind of a rainy day. And so I haven't really done anything creative for a long time. Well, I kind of say that, but actually, gardening is also a creative thing I do. And that's what I've been kind of paying my most attention to lately. And pets. And when talking about creativity, I don't really have anything to offer on that, but I decided that I should probably do this little video for my students who've seen some stuff that I do, but the process of creativity is kind of hard to explain in words. And so in this case, what we're going to be talking about is revisiting some old things. I mean, there's old ideas I have here that I haven't really done anything with. Something scary. Geez, better watch out. Just starts of things. I don't know where they're going to go. Just dark and light images that maybe have some meaning, but I don't know. And I haven't really done a lot of sci-fi art, but when I was a kid, I used to enjoy some of that stuff. And I used to draw like spacemen and space vehicles and space battles, and obviously Star Wars was a huge thing for me. But as an adult, I haven't really visited these sorts of themes. So doing a spaceman or something like that these days is kind of a new challenge for me because I just haven't really done anything like comic booky since probably college. Now, I say that now, I have revisited this theme a few times in some of my works, and for some reason I think that has more to do with my love of the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey than anything else. But this piece here is one of those pieces where, just like over here, I just started making weird dashes and doing some weird washes, or just simple washes, just letting things go where they go. And for some reason in this image, after a while, I saw this sort of image that kind of repeats for me. Now, as I still learn how to draw and do art, there's lots of mistakes I make along the way. And so one of those mistakes that I never seem to learn from is don't draw necessarily in pen unless you're willing to say, hey, I failed at something, and that's okay. Because if you draw in pen like this, it's permanent pretty much. And even if you want to go over it with paint, the oil or I think it's the petrol element in some of these pens kind of resists paint going over it. But so that's okay though. It can also provide a weird effect. And so I'm not even sure what I'm seeing here. It looks kind of like maybe an alien city or a Star Warsy city. I don't know. Beyond the Thunderdome. Who really knows what's going on here? I'm just kind of seeing shapes and forms for what they are, hopefully, and letting my mind kind of do the sort of interpretation, because that's what brains do pretty well. They make interpretations for us without us even thinking about it. And so when we see light and dark areas or little lines, and our brains start to make sense of it and put the information together. And sometimes what I like about art is that you can just doodle something that, makes no sense, and your brain will still try to interpret it for you. So, you're like, what am I seeing here? Now, I did a painting called The Cosmonaut with my daughter. We're just kind of messing around, and I kind of always liked that image. So again, back to this image here of this cosmonaut thing, and what he sees in his vice, or his visor here, is this rather simple geometric shape of a sphere, right? It's not so simple when you think about it, but it seems simple to us. We seem to understand it. So I don't know if I understand it necessarily, but the universe decided to organize itself in a certain way, and spheres are kind of important. So I just love simple shapes, and as you see, that's really all I'm doing here. I'm not really doing much. I kind of see a breastplate here. Nowadays, the cool stuff is to do like this cool, slick sort of armor stuff, which is cool. I love it. The art that I see people doing nowadays, especially in comic books, is pretty amazing compared to when I was growing up. Although there was some amazing stuff when I was growing up too. And I never thought about the cosmonaut having any sort of sort of place of belonging necessarily. There's not necessarily an alignment he has as far as a civilization or who he is. We don't know if he's human, or we don't even know what his belief systems are. But you wonder how one becomes a cosmonaut. You kind of have to be open to a few ideas, I think. Mostly, I think that's true. If you're going to be adventuring throughout the universe, no matter where you are, it's going to be some things that are going to be kind of unfamiliar. And you have to be willing to kind of confront them on their own terms. Now, I'm just babbling, really, folks, so do not pay that much attention to what I say, I guess. Really, it's just sort of the stuff that comes out of your brain as you sort of do art. Sometimes it becomes sort of a meditational thing of its own. Just kind of letting it be its own mystery. I don't know. What am I making, some sort of cosmic suspenders? I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure you see some of the shapes. So before I see them, maybe not. Maybe it's just something I believe people are capable of, no matter who they are. Really, all I'm doing here is just a form of doodling. Now, wait till I get to the hands. Sometimes I think these fancy wristwatches are just a way to avoid drawing hands. Now, I'm not really a good hands person, actually. I've not really drawn very many hands. I kind of always avoided it. In fact, the human figure itself, I've kind of always avoided. Well, not when I was a kid. When I was drawing cartoons or comic books, that's a weird looking hand. It's situated weird, but looks like it's missing something. I'm not sure. Because the human figure is difficult to draw. And so I was a chicken and I ran away. And I probably would know a lot more about it these days if I had not run away. But I got into other forms of and other subjects anyway, so I learned about them. So it's always good to revisit ideas. One thing about doing cosmonaut is that, the suits are bulky, so they are kind of something you can forget about or forgive, in a way. The boots can be big and weird, I don't know. Maybe he's an elephant man, who knows? I don't know. But the thing about drawing this way is don't expect to come up with anything necessarily that's too amazing, I guess. Or something that seems well thought out. It's just what it is. Anyway, maybe I see more things going on over here, more of a village going on than I thought. Simple structures. So maybe he's not visiting a very advanced civilization, or who knows, maybe they just are an advanced situation. They figured out that, the best thing for us is to enjoy the nature we live in, so we keep our technology humble. I've always sort of liked drawing landscapes. That's really been my sort of passion as an adult artist. Is landscapes. What make landscape can be very interesting. Structures can be very interesting. Again, just simple shapes, light and dark. Sometimes the looser you get with something, sometimes the better. Sometimes if I over describe something, it's not as good as just kind of giving a scribble that suggests something. Anyway, how long is this video going? It's already 10 minutes. You know what? I think we'll leave it there. If I ever start up on this again, I'll go ahead and let you guys see it.